What is going on, members of the Shy Guy Squad and MPL fans alike? My name is Dan, otherwise known as Danekii, and I'm your head coach for the St. Louis Sableyes in Season 3 of the Major Pokemon League. This is Week 4 and we're playing against the wifey Beedrills and his Viridian Beedrills. Now this is the team prep for this match, and the match will of course go up tomorrow, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. It's the wifey partner that we have in our Soul Link on the channel, the Sacred Golds and the Storm Silvers. And if you haven't checked out that series, I highly recommend you should go do that too, because it's a great series, and I think you guys would really enjoy it, for those of you who mainly show up for the league games, of course. But yeah, so this is our team prep this week, and I am just going to quickly get up Dench's draft so I can read it off for you guys, and then I am going to tell you what I'm predicting him to bring, and then you guys can of course see yourself what on the layout once I read off the predictions. So Dench has a draft that consists of Latios, Rotom Wash, Suicune, Mega Gyarados, Clefable, Darmanitan, Fortress, Breloom, Cofagrigus, Tauros, and Meloetta. So I built a team for, well, it's for everything, and I believe I wrote some notes as well. I could be wrong about that. I think I wrote some, but I never saved them. Did I write notes? I guess I didn't, or I did and I just didn't. Yeah, I probably didn't. I probably forgot to, or I forgot to save it. Well, it sucks. Anyways, so let's just get into the team builder, and I'll tell you guys what mons I'm anticipating him to bring and stuff. So what I'm looking at is, I see Mega Gyarados coming to this match. A DD set would be very dangerous for my team, and if he can pass up that Gyarados, it can do some good damage to, well, my entire draft really gets hurt by Mega Gyarados. Well, Weavile doesn't take hits, Goodra gets eaten up by a physical hit, Greninja doesn't take hits, Megalodios has Crunch, Scolipede doesn't take a hit, Registeel, Earthquake, Emboar, any stab, Jolteon doesn't want to take a hit, and I believe, well, Gyarados, well, it died. I mean, Gyarados does too, Thunderbolt, but the fact still stands. It doesn't want to take a hit in case it's Dragon Danced, of course. There's Golurk, I have, which dies to Water Step, and Slurpuff, which dies to anything, as we've seen so far. So I'm definitely expecting Mega Gyarados to show up. I'm also expecting Clefable, because it's well, I have Dark, I have Dragon, I have a lot of things that show up in that format, so I feel like he's going to bring it just to, you know, block out Megalodios, as well as blocking out Weavile. I get Poison Jab, but he blocks out my dark types from Stab, and he also gets a lot of good moves. He also has a Hazard Setter with Stealth Rock, so he doesn't necessarily have to rely on Fortress to do that, and it just gives him more options against my team with Flamethrower, Moonblast as offensive moves, because those two moves alone do a lot of work to my team. And then we have Latios. He has the blue one that isn't Mega, and I'm definitely expecting him to bring this, because Latios, everything on my team dies to the either Draco Meteor or Psyshock. So I'm expecting a Life Orb variant. He could be Scarf, I could see that too. But I feel like he's going to be a Life Orb variant of Latios if he wants to do some good damage to my team. We also have Fortress, because he needs something to wall out, like Scolipede, for example. He also walls out from my team. He walls out Weavile to a certain extent. He walls out the Latios pretty well to be able to scout for HP Fire, but if I don't have that, then he walls me up pretty well. Walls out, like I said, Scolipede, walls out Registeel, walls out the Slurpuff. Like, it stops a lot of my mons from doing the work. Darmanitan, probably going to be a Scarf set that just hits things really hard because it's a Darmanitan. Like, everything on my team, barring Goodra, gets OHKO'd by this thing. So, well, Golurk has a chance to live, but the fact still stands. Darmanitan hurts my team pretty badly, and that is scary. And the last mon I expect him to bring is actually Meloetta in Aria form. He could go Pirouette. I can definitely see Pirouette showing up as well. If he brings Pirouette, he gets the fighting typing, he gets a lot of speed, which is very scary as well. But then there's the fact of getting the Relic Song to pass that off, and I don't know. He might bring it, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does either. So there's that. But yeah, so I have brought here today. I'm just gonna see. Was this these? Yeah. Okay. So, what I have brought here today, I'm starting off with Scolipede. Scolipede has Poison Jab and Megahorn just stabs with Baton Pass and Sub, because this thing is very essential to pass up speed to other Pokemon for my team, like Golurk, which I'm bringing as well, which is very slow. And if Golurk can get set up with that speed, he can put a lot of pressure on Dench's team, which is what I'm hoping I can be able to do, to give Dench so much pressure with my Golurk that he just doesn't know what to do against it. So we have a Scolipede here with Poison Jab, Megahorn, Baton Pass, and Sub. Especially if I can get Golurk in with a Sub, as well as the speed boosts, that would be awesome. But yeah, so that is Scolipede. It's running 244 speed Jolly to outspeed the Latios. It also has max attack and 12 HP, so it has enough, you know, like the odd number HP. And max attack, so it just hits hard on everything. So we have, next up, we have Jolteon Raikage. It also has enough, it's modest because it doesn't need to be timid, which is good. It outspeeds Latios as well, and Tauros. I forgot to mention that. But Tauros and Latios are Dench's fastest Pokemon, which are base 110s. So speed for me is very big. And I do outspeed. I have Volt Switch, Shadow Ball, HP Fire for the Fortress, and Thunderbolt. As well, he has like Breloom and stuff, so I'm kind of, I think what we got is pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if he brings other mons, like, yes, Rotom Wash is kind of decent. Breloom, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be kind of surprised if Kofag shows up. Tauros, I wouldn't be too opposed of. If he brings Kofag, I'm gonna assume Trick Room. But yeah, so that is that. What else we got? Well, we have 248 because we're running HP Fire, which gives us the absolute like max of what we can do with our stat distribution and special attack. We have 20 in HP, so we can maintain that odd number HP stat. We got 4 in each defenses, just, you know, as the leftover 8 EVs. Next up is Weavile, which is 140 HP or 140 speed, which once again is enough to outspeed the likes of Latios and Tauros, because those are scurry. And unfortunately with Weavile, as you guys can see, I'm going to give you an example right here. If I go Adamant and I drop my speed to 0, I cannot surpass them. I need 2 more speed points to outspeed them, so I need to go Jolly 140, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so that is the Weavile. It has just leftover HP, but it also gives it somewhat more bulk. It can take a Waterfall from a Adamant Gyarados. It can take a Moonblast from a Clefable, which is like defensive. It can take a Gyro Ball from a no attack Fortress. It can also switch into a Hyper Voice from a Sub Calmon Meloetta. So there's a couple things that this Weavile can do, due to the HP stat, of course, being invested in, which is why I like Weavile as well, because due to its super high speed stat, it doesn't need to be, like, it doesn't need all the speed in the world, and it can actually have some HP, because its HP stat and its def stat is actually decent. It's very underrated, actually, because people look at Weavile and think, oh, what a glass cannon, which is true, but it still has some good natural bulk. And that is why I like Weavile as well, which I think this is a really nice pickup. It wasn't my intentional it wasn't my original plan, but I'm very happy we got it. But yeah, so we're running max attack because max attack. Leftover 4 in Spadef because it's, well, the higher defensive stat, and I figured it's not like we're taking any good physical hits anyways, and the 4 Spadef kind of helps a little bit. We have the leftover 108. There we go. Now we have 4 extras, so guess we can do that. But yeah, so we got that, and we also have enough speed to outspeed Tauros, like I mentioned. We have Taunt, just to stop the fortress from setting up hazards, stop the Gyarados from setting up. It's basically just to stop setup. We have knockoff for general, like just to knock off items. It hits, it destroys Latios. It really hurts the Darmanitan, even with the chance to kill. If he has any prior recoil damage, we could take him out. We have, can take out the Meloetta. And we also have Poison Jab, which hurts the Clefable, and it also does decent damage. And then of course stab Icicle Crash, because once again Icicle Crash also does good damage to his team. I thought about was it Low Kick for a while, but Mega Gyarados and what's the other one? Tauros, they aren't that heavy, so Low Kick wouldn't have done the most damage anyways, so I figured it would be okay. Low Kick does do decent damage to Mega Gyarados, which could come into play, but at the same time, Icicle Crash is just nice to have. I might actually change Icicle Crash to Low Kick. That's a good thing I'm doing that right now. I'm gonna change that to Low Kick. I don't need Ice Stab against him, so I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give Weavile the Low Kick, and then give Weavile a low. I'm kind of glad I did this team preview, team analysis thing right now, or I would have brought Icicle Crash and it could have been very, very bad. But yeah, so we have now knockoff Low Kick and Poison Jab, because we don't need Ice Stab against Dench's team because of all his bulky waters, which are too many. He also has he has a lot of things that deal with ice pretty well. It hits Breloom and Latios. Those are like the main two that Icicle Crash hit. And Low Kick gives me a little bit more of an expanded roster, and it also bases on weight. And his team is somewhat heavy, not the heaviest, but like the things that Low Kick doesn't hit, we hit harder with Poison Jab or knockoff anyways. So that is Weavile. Kind of glad I went over it. Now next up, this one is a bit special. We have Golurk here, who is adamant. With the Expert Belt Iron Fist set, I'm sorry, I hit right click and it's not what I mean to do. He has Stealth Rocks, Shadow Punch, Thunder Punch, and Fire Punch. We're Iron Fisted Golurk with the Expert Belt, just because Expert Belt hits Dench's team pretty good as well. With Shadow Punching into Latios, Thunder Punch is neutral to Rotom, while everything bearing Fire Punch is neutral to Rotom. Thunder Punch hits Suicune and Gyarados. I could have ran EQ, but Fire Punch hits Fortress, it also hits Breloom. Shadow Punch hits Cofagrigus. Tauros is neutral, of course, and then we also hit the Meloetta neutrally with Thunder Punch and Fire Punch. So, yeah, and then the stat distribution here that you guys can see. We have max attack, 108 speed, and this is because at +2, we need +2, this is why NASCAR Bug is so essential. At +2, we can outspeed everything on Dench's team. Well, it outspeeds the Latios and Latios and Tauros and stuff, and that is the plan to get this thing set up. If it can go to +3, we outspeed the likes of Choice Scarf Darmanitan, because that means we outspeed Choice Scarf Latios. So if we can get to +2, we outspeed his team naturally, but if we get to +3, we outspeed everything, guaranteed. And that is why the combination of NASCAR Bug and Alphonse this week is really big, and we're running the Expert Belt because we hit a lot of his team pretty hard. And I'm very happy about that, and we're bringing one of the members that we haven't brought yet. It's one of the 2 members that we haven't brought yet. And speaking of the other 2 members that we haven't brought yet, we're bringing Amethyst to Goodra. It's time. It's finally time to bring the baby in. She's been sitting on the bench waiting for me to bring her in now, and it's time. We have Specs Goodra with Sap Sipper, with Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse, Hidden Power Grass, and Fire Blast. Sludge Wave is solely for that Clefable. Screw that thing. We have Dragon Pulse, which is just our main stat because we don't need Draco Meteor. We don't need Draco Meteor whatsoever against this team. Hidden Power Grass is for the likes of the Rotom. I could have ran Thunderbolt, but it's for Rotom. as well as it's the Rotom, Suicune, it's the Mega Gyarados, hits hits his bulky waters, and it just chip damage as well in case it switches. But the main part is the fact that we hit those things, the thingies. Yes, I'm very good at explaining myself. But yeah, we hit his team with like just some general damage, as well as hitting his bulky waters for super effective. And then we have Fire Blast because Fortress. It also hits Breloom, so we can switch it on Breloom. This is our Spore switching because we are Sap Sipper, and we can take Mach Punches. We can take hits from the Breloom, no worries. And if he's banded or something, you know, he has ran banned. I'm sorry about that. He has ran banded Spore before, so that is kind of funny. But yeah, so that is basically the Goodra. It has 12 in Spadef because those were leftovers. Oh god damn it! Why right now? I literally hate how I'm in so many Skype chats and everyone is messaging me and I can't do anything about it because people are sending pictures and screenshots and I hear it and it's annoying. But anyways, we have 172 HP, 248 special attack because of the hidden power grass IVs. We have 76 speed, which was specifically to outspeed. What was it? I think we outspeed a no speed or 4 speed Rotom. I'm gonna double check that, guys, real quick. Sure, actually, there's no big deal here. Let me just go check Rotom real quick. Rotom Wash at level 50. I've done this before, but what was it? 106. And then we have this. Go back to the Goodra. 110. Okay, so I think we went to outspeed a bit of an invested Weeva, or not Weeva, a bit of an invested Rotom in case he has some speed in it, or we outsped a no speed Meloetta. It's one of the two. Hold on, let me check Meloetta. It's one of the two. I do not remember. 110. Our Goodra has 110. Do I? Might do that and then give this set to the Jenner. I'm happy I'm doing this team analysis because it's nice just to have this Goodra set, not other one. But yeah, so now we outspeed a no speed Meloetta, as well as having the HP to take a lot of hits from his team. Goodra can take punishment, like it's eating hits very well from basically everything barring Latios. Latios's Draco Meteor can take us out, and well, it will actually, which is kind of scary, but it was Assault Vest or hitting everything on his team hard, and I decided to go with hit everything on his team hard instead of take hits, because Goodra is there to take hits and dish out the damage. So I'm very okay with having this here this week, and it makes me kind of happy to see that Goodra is finally going to get its use. And finally, this team analysis is super long. I'm so sorry about that, guys. But finally, we have Trichovasis, the Greninja. This is our general game plan. Lead with this thing. Get up Hazard. If he leads with Fortress, burn it. Scald burn it. Because if we can eliminate his spinner and get Hazard pressure him, game right there. Because, well, he does have Defog Latios, but we outspeed it, we can U-turn on it, we have a Sash. If we can keep it intact, that would be just... If we can get up one layer of Toxic Spike. One layer, I think that's all we need. One layer of Toxic Spike, scout out if the Clefable is unaware or Magic Guard, and get regular spikes up. We have his team in check. If we can get up Spike and his lead isn't Fortress, then we break it sturdy, and that is game. So I really just, this is our lead. No matter how the game goes, this is our lead. This is the game plan, and we have enough speed to outspeed the Tauros and the Latios. We have max HP just, you know, to utilize as much as we can, because we don't need special attack on this thing. It's just there to set up spikes. It's not meant to be offensive. And as the team we are bringing, I'm very excited to see how it goes. Dench is very good at this game. He's currently 0-3, which is unfortunate on his part. I am 1-2 due to a lucky poison jab crit from the MVP Meliodas last week. But yeah, so that is the team, and I hope you guys are ready for the game tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.